So just as we were going live, I felt a belch coming on.
Is that what you were doing with your mouth?
Yeah, and I was trying to hold it in order to save it for chat.
Right.
And then I realized if I did that for another second, I was just going to explosively vomit.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were making like goldfish mouths. You're like bop, 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 bop.
That's, man. One day, you're going to see me doing that on like grainy security camera footage, and then I'll just explode. Like,
are you okay?
Security forces release footage of men.
Like, explode in an action movie way or like a Willy Wonka way?
Kind of like just. Have you ever seen Scanners?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've seen the scene.
Yeah, the scene. Only like move the epicenter of the explosion down to like.
So like chest burster, but tummy burster.
Yeah, just blah.
All
like,
right.
There's a rib cage with arms and a head attached, landing next to a pair of legs.
RCMP just shrugs at horrific elevator footage of exploding Victoria Man. Do you want
Area Man goes viral.
Do you want
in security footage?
Do you want to be remembered as Victoria Man? Is that how you want to go out?
Could we amend it to Oak Bay Man? I would love it if
people imagined you living in Oak Bay.
Yes. Yeah, I would love it if that's what Oak Bay gained worldwide notoriety for.
Yeah.
Even though I don't live there anymore.
I think right now, like, Victorians just have, like, those people that dress up and go to the garden and harass people.
Yeah. The
Victorians.
Like, casual cosplayers.
Yeah.
Who just have to get chased out of the gardens with a broom.
Cameron Lauder, Oak Bay's exploding
whale analog.
Yes.
Oh, I know how I want to go. I know how I want to go out now.
I reviewed that footage recently of the Oregon whale explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it just
it's
gone.
Not even though. It's just
you can tell where it's gone.
Yeah, but they only blew like the top half of it off.
Yeah, and you can see the chunks coming. And it was part of the news report, so they showed the car that got crushed.
Yep. That was like one of the first things that I looked up on the internet.
Just that exploding whale footage video?
Well, it had been passed through high schools and middle schools as this kind of like grainy urban legend. Right?
Oh.
Like, did you hear about the news report like from the 70s when they blew up that whale? And it's like, what? No.
Yeah,
that sounds incredible.
I knew it was real the whole time.
Yeah, and then like, I think it was on E-Bombs World.
That makes
one
sense.
Of those sites.
Yeah.
Like the proto YouTubes. Yeah, no, that's how I want to go out. Then there's another whale video. It's much more recent.
Another whale video?
Yeah, second whale video on the internet of a guy, like, there's this whale corpse and a guy in like head-to-toe rain gear.
Does
like,
he go
he prods the whale, like the distended belly.
That's a mistake.
And there's just like he does the little like I'm on my tiptoes and I'm gonna like prance off screen, hotly pursued by tons of innards. Like high speed innards, just like
when people poke a lava bubble, that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, I was recently reminded of the scale of old internet video.
Real player?
Since many of the monitors and screens in my house now run at 4K, and so when you load up like a 180, just a little guy, and I'm like, these used to be better.
Yeah, this this was in higher res, I feel.
In my mind, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
like-
the same thing that's happened with video games.
Yeah, like when the Final Fantasy X remaster came out, and you just looked at it and were like, well,
I remember
that's
it
what-
being pretty photorealistic the
yeah,
first
that's
time
what,
around, right?
what did they do?
What did they do?
Yeah, what did they do? It always looked like this. And then you go back and look at it, and I was like, why did I? What?
Yeah, like playing
No.
original Final Fantasy VII, I can't even determine what's the background anymore. It's just like, what are these blurry shapes?
Yep. I remember reading an article written, I think it was in PC Gamer in the mid 90s, talking about the video game, the flight simulator, Falcon 3.0.
Right.
And the author was talking about how he tried to show it to his mother, and his mother could not discern
Yeah.
the objects. She was just like, I don't understand what you're showing. This is just like shifting geometric shapes,
Yep.
right? There's no object here.
Now I'm just thinking about Mode 7 stuff and how that now makes me nauseous. Just
Oh,
I
where-
get motion. Well, it's the skewed plane.
yeah, where
Yeah.
you've got like the background in, oh, what was the one on Sega Genesis where you were like a little knight, but it was a horror game, and you were fighting ghouls and goblins, ghouls and ghosts and ghouls. But I remembered that had multiplane scrolling.
Yeah, I'm not talking about parallax.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like Mario Kart
Oh, okay.
or like the in Final Fantasy 3 the airship map thing. Or,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ghosts and Goblins. That was it. Thanks, Goombalax. I mean, that was, yeah, in Final Fantasy 2, I remember when you're like just starting off and
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
roaming around the world.
yeah, but you're leading the attack of the Red Wings on that one castle, and it shows you like the little like pseudo cutscene of the airships attacking.
Yeah.
With the parallax, or not the parallax, but like the 3D plane. I should go back and play Final Fantasy 4, 2. Well, I mean, it was 2 on the Super Nintendo. But man, that was the game that made me really like. I became a Dragoon appreciator.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's how I wanted to engage in combat as a teenager. I wanted to go up and then possibly never reappear.
Yeah. So it was great that they reintroduced that in 9, I believe.
And it's
Yeah.
a profession in 14, right? You can just go up in combat.
Yeah.
And
I also like that in Pokemon, like fly, right? Like, whoop, just gone. Can't touch this. Bleh. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. No. Final Fantasy 3, 6 had just a massive influence on me.
Nice.
It was one of the only games where I ever like looked up and engaged in like conspiracy theories about.
oh, really?
Yeah, like if you do this, you can bring General Lee back to life, and you can be in your party, and you can kick ass. If you have to fight 10,000 dragons, yeah. And then like from there, I moved on to tactics, basically. So with the job system there, I was hoping that was kind of the direction Final Fantasy would go in. And we have drifted further from God every iteration.
I still have not
I
played
think
Tactics. I need to
13
play Tactics.
was just a big stab in the heart. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, I saw like I saw someone on Blue Sky saying like, "Oh, with regards to the new Final Fantasy Magic cards, like, there's this character Lightning. I don't know this character, but her card is really cool.
Right.
I
Should I
guess
play
I'm
that
gonna
game?
I guess I'm gonna play Final Fantasy 13 now, and it's all people going like, no,
Yeah.
right? Like just that GIF of the tall man from Twin Peaks going like,
Okay. You've reminded me of something I saw because Ian and I are watching The Rehearsal Season 2
okay,
with Nathan Fielder. And in the third episode, in the second half of the third episode, he recreates the life of Captain Sully Sullenberger,
Oh,
because the premise of season 2 is that he wants to help pilots and co-pilots communicate better to avert disaster.
okay.
And so he's, looking into what causes certain conversational discomforts and things like that. And it's just like, well, this guy landed a plane on the Hudson, and he asked his co-pilot if he had any ideas, and so clearly that's a point of strength. So to get inside his head, I'm going to live his life. And so they start with babyhood, and they put him in a bald cap and a big diaper, and he just kind of walks into this scale model room of like a baby's room. So he's an adult man,
Okay.
just in a diaper, and then they like hoist him up. The diaper hides a harness, so they lift him up, and then these giant puppets. There's a puppet of his mom, and then as they proceed, his parents, for his childhood and adolescence, are just up on these big stilts, and they have like stilt arms and stuff. It's that the images are going to live with me forever.
That feels like how I remember seeing the world when I was a baby, right? Like there's just these weird giants looming around. But like, speaking of grown men in diapers, have you seen a photo of Graham Linehan recently?
I have not in the last 3 years. He was looking pretty deranged when I saw him publicly speak, because there was a thing about mermaids or something.
Yeah.
It was during the pandemic, so a lot of people didn't come out to support trans voices and stuff. But they got talking points with Graham Linehan, and he just looked like fully deranged.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw a picture of him recently, and I don't typically attack people based on their appearance. So, if this is how I get canceled, this is how I get canceled. I can't tell if he looks more like MODOK or one of those ATSTs from Return of the Jedi. Right? I don't know what's going on. I'm going to feel
Has
really...
his face gotten bigger?
I feel like his head has gotten larger.
He was predominantly face.
Yeah,
It's kind of like Steve Bannon, right?
Yeah, well, I feel Steve Bannon was mostly liver by volume, right? But Graham Linehan looks like somebody went and it actually worked to inflate his head by 15 to 20%. And but his face...
Does he look like Master Control from the original Tron?
I would need to see a photo of this, but it's entirely possible.
It's a cylinder map of a face.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it is MODOK adjacent.
I mean, it looks like somebody took a photo of Graham Linehan and blew it up and then put it on a jack-o'-lantern. But on an angle. I'm going to feel so bad if it turns out he has some kind of head-expanding disease. Well, not that bad.
Like in The Simpsons, he's been juicing?
Maybe. That's fantastic, Art Collider.
The Merricat, Graham Linehan is a writer, showrunner for a bunch of British comedy things, the IT Crowd. So he's very
Black Books, and
he has a lot of cachet in things that people are very fond of. Except he's aggressively anti-trans.
Yeah, real, he made it his entire personality.
He got divorced.
Yeah,
because he was using his wife as the reason he was against trans women using the bathroom, being in the same bathroom as her, or whatever. Yeah, it is similar to J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, there is something in the water over there
on Piss Island.
Yeah,
it's piss.
But yeah, the dude ain't right. His wife was Peter Serafinowicz's sister. Huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's just like his head is so big now. It's just so
Yeah.
big.
The other
Like,
thing was that he was very prominent on Twitter, like with a lot
oh,
of
right,
followers and
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. So then when he shifted and became more aggressive, it was just like, oh my god.
maybe he got his head caught in like a folding chair or something, and the
Or
swelling
like,
just hasn't gotten down.
there's like those pressure suits that pilots wear. Like maybe his body got squeezed, and it just all went up, kind of like
Yeah.
that pressure diving helmet situation.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
head is the diving helmet, and he got vacuumed.
Yeah, there's just like a huge nitrogen bubble in there. Like, I just saw this, like, this photo has just been, like, living rent-free in my head.
Of Grey Monahan's face.
Yeah, like, just looking at it and being like, no way.
Yeah, he's one of those people now that, like, even just thinking about him makes me angry.
Yeah.
Just, like, live it. Like, flames on the side of my face. Like, why did this happen? How did this person turn out this way?
Yeah, I see. Like, the immediate comparison is to MODOK, but I found the ATST compelling because it honestly looks like there could be someone sitting inside his head, controlling it. Right? You know how like
Well,
Don
you
Cherry.
also saw a photo, right? Like, you didn't see him lumbering around. If you had seen him walking, would it have been chicken-like in any way?
Possibly. Like maybe Ewoks were trying to trip him.
You want to just see two
logs.
logs collide
Yeah,
the
just
side
like
of his head?
bong.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Only it pushes his head back into alignment.
Got to get his head shrunk. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't watch any of the rehearsal, just watch the one episode.
Okay.
Just watch the one
Okay.
one episode. It's. I don't even know where this season's going. Like, it was hard because, like, Andor is running, so we gotta watch Andor.
Yeah. Oh man.
And
Andor.
G-Quux is out, so we gotta watch G-Quux.
Okay, like Andor. Andor has given me the only impulse I've had to cosplay, which is that I want a like beret with a spider silk trench
I
coat.
love like the asymmetric collars and
Yeah.
seams that they've been using as costumes, and like the costuming in Andor is really solid.
And like, man, that crowd scene
That crowd scene
had hundreds
it made
of
me
extras.
thinking.
Then they were
like,
all dressed up.
do you think violence in Star Wars is more acceptable because blasters are very clean?
Yeah, I was thinking like they almost like in Andor they don't even seem to really leave like burns or
No.
anything.
It's just kind of like poop and you're dead.
Yeah, like it's almost like an off switch or something.
And it's not that there's blood, not that there's a complete lack of blood and dirt and stuff, but it's very clean.
Yeah,
Like
I mean they could never
that
have.
grenade that went off. It's just
Yeah.
like, and people like doing the jump away from the explosion thing, and then it's done.
Yeah, well, I did like the little like the stormtrooper sliding across the square after the explosion.
Yeah,
So yeah, like I mean, you couldn't have done that scene with anything other than like space lasers, right? Like
Also-
Disney would have just been like, I don't know, man. I'm still shaking and kind of gray after watching that scene.
there's a scene where Andor is preparing for a thing, and he's examining a knife, and it's one of those 3-pronged daggers.
Oh yeah, it looks it's like
And it's corkscrewed. And I
I'm
was
like-
like, my thought was like, that's so illegal.
yeah.
That
like,
breaks the Geneva Convention.
that is such a mean looking weapon.
I don't think he used it, but
Because he's even looking at it going like, damn. What did the person who got stabbed with this do? Like this it's a weapon where you look at it and you're like, what did you do to piss this person off?
it looks like an orange juicer. Like you just
Yeah.
you stab that in and the holes in the blades let the juice flow out. So it's Canadian make? Exactly. Checking everything off that list. I think as long as the U.S. remembers what war with Canada's like, we're fine.
I mean,
We're fine.
We talk big game.
We talk
but
big
like
game.
that honestly, it was the British Army that burned down the White House.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about World War II.
Oh yeah,
Putting grenades in people's pockets was definitely us.
yeah. It's not the yeah
And the poisoning and the bioweapons, yeah.
yeah. Also World War One, big innovators and yeah. Canada, what's going on out there? Well, we just thought we'd get out there and show some hustle, eh?
Yeah. We've been running drills for like a year. Yeah.
Yeah, you can apparently it's big in military circles that like it's called the Geneva Suggestions in Canada. Not good. It's not good.
They aren't war crimes if there's no war laws. Oh.
Ooh.
Wedge. The comment I'm referring to is I call this knife the duck penis.
Ooh.
Oh. Snowmobiles?
Snowmobiles.
Ready to crank up your snow machine?
Yeah.
Get your stick on the ice?
Okay.
Hit the powder?
Is this made by the same people who made
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can check. This is Hunky Games and published by Bonus Stage Publishing. What else? No,
Gladio Mori.
don't show me the publisher. I want the developer. Frickin' Steam. Oh my god, they're not even gonna show me. They're not even gonna show me. But yeah, no, it's. I don't think it's the same group.
What was it called? The
Descenders?
Descenders. I kept wanting to say Downhillers.
Downhillers.
And I'm like, no, brain, that's stupid.
Shall we?
Let's.
You'll have to turn the controller back on. It went to sleep because we were talking.
That is usually what happens when I do that.
Let's get some game audio.
Also, what was the game we played where they had all kinds of like world famous like elite skateboarders?
Oh, the skiers.
Was it
the
skiers?
skating? Yeah, the snowboard.
Snowboarders. I loved that honestly to do the voice acting. They got like all the elite snowboarders to do voice acting, and like quite frequently you could hear phone interference from them literally phoning in the lines because they all like these aren't voice actors. I thought it was charming.
Yeah, was it Shred something? Was it like Shredders? Shred.
Dynamic snow.
Hell yeah.
Ultra.
Sorry.
Throttle. Brake. Brake is left trigger. Throttle is right trigger. Right bumper, left bumper.
Just launch the tutorial.
But
I'm assuming there's a tutorial. Or not.
You assume wrong.
Powerful. Were you hitting any button? The controller might be jank, right?
How long do you think until we suffocate?
It's already happened. We gotta crack open a new Dunkin' Idaho.
Yeah, like, I mean, do you think your last sensation in this would be like the 700-pound nut shot of a skidoo crushing you groin first, or the feeling of fresh powder filling your lungs?
Yeah, I think it's your knees meeting your ears. I have actually. I've flipped a quad and had it land on me.
Oh God,
It was
really?
fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
not a heavy quad. Ask Jeremy Renner. Wow, Peach. Oh my God. All right. You could dig yourself a hole. All right. Yep. That's snowmobiling right there. Right there. That's the experience.
So fresh, so clean. Ah, the great outdoors.
Oh yeah. Just... This should be the game. Is there another...
Maybe I should put more weight on the back.
Because there's two... I guess that's just your RPMs and your kilometers are 0 because...
I like the animations.
Yeah.
There was no tutorial.
Maybe try brake reverse? Maybe reverse out of there? Beep.
Ooh.
Ooh. Do-si-do. Yeah, normally this is where you put, like, your foot down and you yoink the machine to get it.
Yeah.
Alright, back to the control map if you can. New spawn, select engine off, tap sit stand.
Reset
Steer
snow.
skis. Lean. There's a chat button. Oh god. Gotta wait for spring. Oh, there we go. Hey! Yep. Oh.
Dead.
So I think you might need to use the right stick as well as the left stick.
Okay. Game.
Inscrutable.
Play.
May I try?
Please.
What is the reset snow button?
A left arrow. Right stick controls ski direction. There we
Oh
go.
yeah,
Okay.
it is lean back to get out of there. Woo! Oh, we are cutting a fine figure. Which way to the slopes? There you go.
Okay.
Ooh. Is that a cliff? I think you've got smaller.
Well, I mean, there's more of me off camera. That was leaning back. This is basically my experience anytime I've tried to do sports.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's just you gotta reset. So once you've dug in, I think there's no...
Is this just Canadian co-op? As Fanan has pointed out.
Yeah. So I think when you respawn, you have to reset the snow and then...
Right,
and
as
then it
you are
works.
landing.
Yeah. Well, it just gotta be fresh underneath you.
Alright,
Now-
learn on hard mode.
Send it!
I was steering.
Oop. Hell yeah. Majestic. Ah, you found a gulch.
I love to gulch.
Get that big gulch. Yeah, I really want to know what's over there.
What is down here? Oh god. Death.
Just a wall.
Oh, it respawns us way back here.
Yeah,
That's
well,
less
you have to
fun.
set the spawn point, right?
I guess so.
Do a backflip.
Yeah.
This is so accurate. Why is skis hard right? Oh!
1000% accurate. Hey Cameron, how did you spend your youth? Was it inside? This guy's snowsuit is full of powder,
Yeah.
like possibly above his eyes. I can feel the ache in my feet
Yeah.
when your boots got filled with snow.
Oh, and that kind of like just the. You ever feel your bones, chat?
Yeah.
You ever feel just cold radiating from the core of your limbs? All right. Woo! So much fun.
So so far, this is just Canadian hillbilly killer.
All right, what was the option? Du-du-du-du-du-du. First by breaking a trail.
Oh yeah, chat. I grew up someplace where when I walked to school in January, and I blunked.
Yeah, you blunk and your
Your
eyelids
eyelids-
freeze together.
Yeah.
Because like the moisture from your own breath or just from your eyes gets in your eyelashes, and then it's like you get like little icicles on your eyelashes, and then it makes your eyelids heavy too.
Yeah.
So you can like physically feel everything.
Ice forming on your scarf.
Yeah. I was trying to look. The Merricat said something about turning on like a driver assist thing, and I don't really see specifically.
I remember getting an ice cream headache from going outside.
Does sitting down change anything? It did, sort of. Like, I think it's just too deep in the snow. You gotta be a little careful with the throttle, like, bottoming it out.
Is no good.
Onward to adventure!
Apparently the developers are Finnish. Which,
Makes
I
sense.
suppose, yeah, that scans. I remember getting to school early in the morning, some winters, and, like, my French horn being really, really cold.
Yep. Come on. This thing's a beast to steer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's like 2,000 pounds and it's all motor, right?
Yep. And then I get really eepy when I land off the machine. Should be like Tony Hawk and the Pro Skater games where you can drop your skateboard and run around.
That would be great. Yeah, you're just like, no, fuck this, and get off your snowmobile and instantly vanish into 12 feet of powder. Huh. Oh, chat. Yeah, no, I played French horn. When I first met my current partner, the topic of, like, what we played as kids came up, and I said, well, I played French horn, and she just looked at me and blankly for about 2 or 3 seconds and said, of course you did. And I went home and cried.
Alright. So I'm sitting down, and that's helping a little on the handling side. Oh yeah. Unstoppable. Woo!
I heard that broken branch go whistling past.
Oh, yeah. Eh. I forgot what the shoulder buttons did. I tried to get the foot over the side. And... Let's try a different level.
I mean, yeah, like for the most part in high school, when you played French horn, you just kind of had, sometimes you had the trumpet part and sometimes you had the trombone part. And depending on your mood, like sometimes just having the trombone part was nice because you got to count 400 bars of rest and then go honk, 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 and then not play again for 10 more minutes.
No Bombardier?
What?
What?
Well, I mean, Ski-Doo is... Isn't Ski-Doo a Canadian brand?
But they're not Bombardier.
I don't know. Like, I would kind of prefer not riding a Bombardier. They're kind of shit.
I have no idea what any of these numbers mean. But I can put things on. Little skis. Big skis.
Somewhere at some point on YouTube, there's going to be somebody watching this who's like, no, no, no. You want slightly different skis for this kind of snow.
Oh, do I want a butt flap?
It might improve... Well, like,
No windshield. Alright, alright.
Can we get our rider an enormous red hoodie and a Lee Enfield short magazine Mark III? Yeah, Ski-Doo is Bombardier, yeah. Right, yeah, that's it.
Shh. Ooh. Boats. Alright, I can change...
The last thing a Russian sees.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna be invisible in the snow.
Good, that's exactly what we want for when we flip our Ski-Doo over.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. They're going to be able to find our bleaching bones in the spring,
Yes.
but retrieve our perfectly intact $1,400 snow gear.
Hi, Peaks. Change driving stance from options. Oh.
We can drive directly off the flatbed truck.
Yee!
I mean, that could only be better if we went directly into a snowbank and just for a moment there was a perfect silhouette of us that just filled in.
Woo!
Oh.
I'm fine. No? You don't want to go down the steep cliff? You don't? Why don't you want to go down?
Why were we so dead? That was the most dead I've ever seen anyone be in a video game.
Oh, we are making waves. Oh, we are going.
The chicks dig this so hard.
Like formerly the Dixie Chicks.
Possibly.
Ooh, power lines.
Well, at least a hydro worker will probably be able to find your body in a few decades.
Oh! Ooh, trail.
Oh. Well, that's easy.
Hell yeah!
Remember to
Oh.
call out Miles.
Uh-oh. Whoa! Twisted. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is great fun. Cameron, you have to try this. Cameron. Can I still accelerate? Nope.
Turns out we've been playing the Skidoo, not the rider, this whole time.
All right, how do I set respawn? There we go. So now you should be able to respawn on the track.
There's just like a pair of legs on this.
What? I demanded it respond to the track. The track's behind you. Yeah,
Is it?
to the left.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go
You'll
around
see
this
there
thicket.
someday.
There it is.
Thread the needle.
Okay, safety first. Safety first. We
Gotta
must
get
be
a
sensible.
gotta get a good run up at it.
Wings can only get more sensible.
So you're really trying to go left.
Really trying to go left. Okay, maybe it doesn't like us going left.
All
It's
right,
like
we're going right.
global politics.
Yeah, the
Or-
Overton window on this Skidoo is.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. What you gonna do with that big fat butt? Struggle, struggle, struggle.
Oh. Here we go. We're gaining on it.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun,
One day
dun,
I'll find a
dun.
fast Skidoo.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh! Oh! Yeah! You made it!
Utterly dead. Wow, it's that actual drill post. I peel out my snowmobile, and when the smoke clears, I'm just like, my body is utterly dead.
All right, let's
Okay,
get a different sled.
let's just go with one of the
trail.
skidoos.
Look at it, it's a baby!
Aw,
All right. Respawn map.
you remain dead.
This one doesn't have a beep beep.
Only forward. Just give her.
Tell my family I love them.
If you loved them, you wouldn't have done this.
Alright, let's turn off dynamic snow and lower the volume on the engine noise again. Alright, general.
I would love it if there was just like an ear pro setting where it just like did a, would it just be a high pass filter on the engine sound
Yeah.
to replicate like earplugs?
Come on. Come on, baby. Alright, turning off dynamic snow is just visual. still want to figure out how to set the spawn point properly. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess this thing does have brakes, right?
Yeah.
Drifto! Woo! So if you just tap B. Yeah.
All right. I still think this game would be vastly improved if when the Skidoo righted itself, there was just like a severed leg still on one of the running boards.
So close. It's right there. Come on, man.
This replicates every encounter I've had with any kind of outdoor sport ever.
Maybe go a little easier on the throttle. It might be a little bit behind your lack of control.
Look,
Look.
there was no follow-up to that. Can we shift gears? Where's the clutch on this thing?
I think it's an automatic. It says low. Maybe there is a gear. You can change the camera. Zoom in drone. Can we fly a drone? Whoa!
It's kind of trivially easy to die on one of these things.
It really is. I know at least a few people who have gone off cliffs and caused major spinal damage.
Yeehaw.
But yeah, I'm from a region where the only form of entertainment is getting very drunk and riding powerful motors. Ooh, a sign.
I wonder what it says. Backwood Racing. Last weekend, my partner and I went out camping. And in order to get to the campground, we took a bunch of logging roads. And she decided that she wants to be a rally car driver.
Hey! Have you told Ian?
No. Does he want to be the driver or the person who yells, double left?
He wants kind of both, but I think I would be too motion sick to navigate.
Dang. Okay, well, that was insult to injury.
Ooh, shake their booty. Oh, kick out that back end. Yeah. Like that. Oh, yeah. I'm learning a lot.
But are you learning enough? Enough.
I can't respawn until it stops.
You have to watch. That's very interesting. You have to watch the consequences of what you've done.
Oh. Yeah. Whoop. Skirt.
Utterly dead. Utterly dead.
Snapped the. I whipped it, and the berm took me out.
This is just outside Calgary. Are we doing this in like a pristine Kananaskis wilderness?
Oh yeah.
Where'd we go?
It's like when there's a big wave at the beach, and people are standing there just like.
Oh, please back over us. Please back over us. Perfect.
You may think
Perfect.
that's a tree in the distance.
That is our already frozen corpse.
Rigor mortis seems to have said it.
We're gonna need another driver.
Alright. Wicked. Oh. Nope. Honk shoe. Alright. Got a good thing going on here. Sir!
Gamers. Shall we take our first break?
Yeah!
Okay. We're gonna be back shortly, chat. And then we'll continue to enjoy this. See you shortly.
Alright. Let's try another sled.
Okay. Different sled.
Utility. So that's the big one we did. Let's
Okay.
do retro.
Retro?
Let's get the biggest, oldest little baby.
Oh, adorable.
Ooh.
Oh, that green.
Ooh.
That green.
Ooh.
Hand guards so our
Oh.
fingies don't freeze
Yeah,
off.
our fingies are fine.
Nice little decapitator there for
Yep.
when we go forward
Forward.
too quickly.
Right in the.
Yeah, get it right under the chin.
All right.
Dang it.
Meep meep. Look at it. It's so little. Okay, there's no way you could possibly kill yourself with this.
Not gonna say a thing.
It's like my e-scooter trying to get up hills.
This is the largest snowmobile I could afford.
Oh. Rest stop. Hell yeah. Oh, you think you can park this?
Absolutely not. I do like the half-buried,
Pick up in the back?
yeah. Why do we have no grip here?
Almost.
Almost. I demolished all of the progress that we made.
Oh. Yeah!
Woo! Directly back into the snow.
Into the nothing. Oh. Oh. The decapitator got you.
It did, actually. Okay. Okay, this is fine.
I like when you're replacing stuff that your icon is a shovel.
I think if I just keep hammering on the throttle, we'll get through to the core of the Earth at some point. I mean, I can drive in the snow pretty good. I don't like to brag, but you know, I don't put my winter tires on until September. Any second now.
The RPM just keeps going up. Whoa.
Right, I'm going back to the lodge.
Alright. Let's see if we can climb a mountain. See if I can even get to the mountain. This seems safe. Go.
It's days like this that remind you of what the great Anthony Bourdain said. I need a hot chocolate and 2 fat chicks.
Alright, you got this. You got this, little machine. Freedom! Okay, maybe not. I'm just gonna rest here for a while.
I want to like I love the Foley in this game because it must have been so much fun to just go out
Like
to a
and
parking
thump.
lot one day and hit various like trash bins and dumpsters with baseball bats to try to get the correct like thump.
Whoop! Just trying to like tack up the hill and
Did Bungie ever discuss how they made the sound for the Lorentz driver crit in Destiny 2? Because that gun, when it hit a crit, made
Yeah.
this amazing noise. And it sounded like a Rubbermaid garbage can getting hit by a semi-truck.
Oh, here we go. We're making it. We're making it. We're gaining.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna hit a nicely manicured road. I can see it on the mini map.
Mm-hmm.
Jet ski. All right. Whoa. Come on. Here we go. Oh no, we're
This
going
is
down.
down.
I Maybe I cannot succeed in my task. Maybe it was futile. Ooh. That looks like a fun place to jump off.
Oh, they at least partially used a hit steel cable, like Star Wars does for blasters.
Oh, that
Cool.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Get some really good reverb. Can I do a backflip?
Georgia of the jungle.
Georgia of the jungle. Watch out for that.
That tree.
Let's get another sled.
Different sled.
Another different sled. Mountain.
Mountain.
Kitty.
Kitty. Kitty.
Kitty.
Kitty.
Oh, map. What's this? Is that our spawn point?
I guess that's a spawn point.
Ooh, big mountain. Let's set a spawn point.
I
over
think that's a lake.
Spawn. 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 That's not spawn.
Dinger.
Spawn. Spawn, spawn, spawn. Spawn, 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 spawn. That would be nice.
Not certain this is working in the intended manner.
Okay, so if I head right on the path.
I mean, this is a very big map.
Yes. Quite.
Which is cool and good. Will it delete them?
I can delete them. I just can't spawn at them. Yes. Now, if I add...
What existing spawn?
Set... Fine. I can see my target on my map. Oh, this goes uphill's really nice. It was in the mountain category.
I guess that long,
That
the long tread, helps with balance. Ooh.
Dunk.
Chat found a video about the Lorentz driver.
Nice.
Good job, chat.
And then I have to go left if I want to get closer to the target. Can I even go up here? Sure, that was totally what I wanted to do. Game. Game. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah. It really wants me to go downhill.
That's no good. That's where we don't want to go.
That's where we don't want to go. All right, new map.
New map.
Oh, if only I could have read that thing about spawn points. Woodland?
Hills, woodlands, mountains, valley, and
This
high
has
peaks.
less trees than most of the other map, even though the thumbnail showed a lot of trees.
Interesting. Uh-oh.
Hell yeah! I'm still alive. Someone help me. Oh.
There should be like a little score ticker
Woo!
at the top of the screen that just calculates how much it would cost to rescue you with a helicopter.
If you lived.
Yeah, like the search and rescue team that is sent to find you would cost $2 million and 2 other lives.
Alright. Backflip. Halfway
Well,
there.
back something.
Halfway there.
Exactly, Voxmar. They're like, no. He's
Nah.
he's probably dead.
Rocks hurt too.
Running into a mountain at 70 kilometers an hour.
Been running into a mountain this whole time. Come on. Yeah. Hee hee.
Friend to you and me. George.
No. Alright,
Oh, here.
here. Woo! I don't think he's okay. It was great, graceful. This is one of those just leave an interesting corpse kind of scenarios. Future archaeologists should really wonder what you were doing.
He died as he lived.
Laid back.
What am I doing wrong?
Reset the snow and then just tap and reposition. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey! That was cool.
Okay.
So if you
okay.
just tap B, it gives you the reposition thing. Someone's gonna find your frozen mummified body and copy your tattoos.
Yeah, they're gonna analyze your final meal and be like, "Well, it seemed to be mostly taurine and beef jerky."
Seems the dead body consumed stimulants in some sort of ritual.
Skidoo the Iceman. In a fascinating news story, it's gonna, like, the news anchor will report that our elf bar was found lodged like 3 feet down our esophagus.
Woo!
Okay, okay.
Yep, movement. Yep. The skidoo knows where it is because it knows where it isn't. Hell yeah!
Okay, I'm feeling the hymn of the skidoo.
Oh! Yeah, you show that tree what for. Gulch. Big gulch.
No, please, I beg you. Not like this. Not like this. Oh.
Oh. You leaning forward to turn?
Maybe I am.
Yeah, you are.
Huh. Well, wouldn't that put more weight on the front skis?
Yeah, but if you've got them angled really sharply, then you're
Oh, yeah.
kind of just digging your nose deeper.
Okay, we're on a perfectly flat plane with a spherical, frictionless skidoo.
It's like a Zorb.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. This thing's got some power.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably an extremely expensive machine. We are a mighty tundra warrior.
Trying our hardest to turn left at the sharpest angle.
Yep.
Or right.
I hate when the respawn thing just, like, appears.
Like, you look like you're going nowhere.
Thank you, Clippy. Would you like to try this game on a lower difficulty level?
Just reset the snow. Yeah.
I'm not convinced resetting the snow actually does anything. Like, isn't it just a visual thing?
Pretty much, but...
How am I doing this wrong? Because I clearly am.
I think a little more gas off the start and then pull back.
Okay. Okay. No, I have no intuition for this.
Do you play a lot of, like, flight sims or anything like that?
I used to, but those I feel had, like, they were less complicated.
Oh yeah, this is kind of a... You hold the trigger and there's both sticks.
Yeah.
And one of them isn't camera.
Mm-hmm. I keep expecting one of the sticks to be camera, I think, is what is happening. So I'm doing weird things with the pilot's body instead of steering, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a bad control scheme, it's just one that I'm not used to in any way. And I'm not used to shifting the game object's weight around
Okay.
in order to, like, you know, honestly do quite a bit of controlling.
As far as I know, a big part of this game is advertised for multiplayer, so you can
I
like
saw that.
hit the slopes with your buddies.
I mean, that does sound fun.
Yeah.
See, that's cool.
Go to Yeah, even if I lean forward a lot, it doesn't seem to be that much of a problem.
Well, because like the tread will dig in, right? So it's going to always like rear up on the back,
Yeah.
right? And there's only so far forward that you can lean. And this is trying to mitigate, like this sled's trying to mitigate that by making that tread super long, right?
Well, it's also giving it greater area.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
to transfer power.
I am really impressed with how big the map is.
Yeah.
Let's check this one.
Yeah, this is a huge area to play in. And this feels cold.
It does?
Have you ever played like anything like, was it Modern Warfare or Battlefield, where they just send you out into like Arctic snows?
Yeah.
And,
Battlefield, definitely.
Yeah, and you're just wearing the same kind of like skin as you would normally.
Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront also, because there's like Hoth maps
Right,
always, and
right.
it's just like,
Like I remember seeing key art from some kind of console FPS, like a big, yeah, it must have been Modern Warfare or Battlefield, where the player character is like climbing a mountain in like their tactical T-shirt and gloves and a little ball cap,
right?
and you know they had the big operator beard, and it was just like, no, you would be dead, right? That's. This does not communicate this kind of cold to me in any way.
I never played that Flash game where you have to get over obstacles on a motorbike. What was the name of the game where you had like stretchy wheels and you had to? It was like a one-screen game, and you had the rider lean, and you had to like swing. It was like dynamic bike or something like that. Elastomania. Did you ever play Elastomania?
I did not. I did not.
Yeah, it was kind of a physics puzzle game. Because you could like, as long as the terrain didn't interact with your rider's body, you were fine. So you could like hook the wheel and do flips and stuff to like bounce around the levels. But this doesn't remind me of that, really. This feels, because like you play a lot of games and it auto writes you. Basically, like you're doing downhill skiing or snowboarding or something like that, and as long as you're not touching anything, your player will sit upright. This doesn't do that.
Yeah.
I wonder if there is a. Yeah, there's like auto driver stance. Let's turn that off. Reverse by braking on trail. Speedometer time of day. We can go to nighttime. Yeah. Actually, I want to try a different sled too.
Okay.
Yeah, let's bring back the baby. We're just gonna take this baby off the edge.
Okay. Optimistically.
There it goes. Whee! Whoop. Yep, that ended how I expected it to.
Scooty Puff Jr.
But yeah, as far as games feeling cold, like even what's the survival game that was produced here on the island?
The Long
Hinterland?
Dark.
The Long Dark. Like it gives you every indication that the environment is cold, but it doesn't really feel like it touches you, the player.
It's a very difficult thing to like nail down, right? Like how when you're cold, how would you qualify that in how you move, how you interact with things, how you see and hear the world, right? And like there's a weird kind of clarity to like a visual clarity to the
Yeah.
world and an auditory clarity to things,
Yes.
right? Because all the water in the atmosphere is just like
It makes
fallen out, right?
everything feels sharp. Like it's
Yeah.
like your vision is sharp and the sounds are sharp.
Uh,
And yeah, like it'd be like cloudless, just the sun beating down on you, but still cold.
yes. Yeah, like the deep, deep blue
The
sky
sticks aren't
overhead.
labeled wrong. LR? Yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah, they are. The right stick is labeled L steer ski. Yeah.
Have you all played Frostpunk? The menus in Frostpunk feel colder than the game. Like, have you seen ads for like the mobile game where you have like little villagers and you have to like go out and make trails on the snow for penguins or whatever like that and get the resources?
I don't get served those. I get served the ones where you're like shooting numbers.
Oh. Yeah. They just it might as well be a beach party, right?
Right,
Like
yeah.
for how cold it looks. Frostpunk. Yeah, you get into the menus and they're like icy, and you see people like huddling around heaters and stuff like that, and that feels cold.
Oh, what was the game that we played several months ago? It's the one where you're fixing Earth. Terra.
Wow. Why can't I remember?
Terra Nil.
Yes.
Terra Nil. Thank you, Chad. That did a very good job of being able to feel hot and humid, right? Like the tropical island
Yeah.
level, when you get like the humidity up to like 100% and it's 40 degrees Celsius. That, I'm not sure how they did it, but that felt utterly intolerable, like completely inimical to
And it's
human
not
life.
just like the jungle bird noises.
Yeah, it felt like you had walked into, it felt like you were being lowered into a vat of hot soup. The air, yeah, the air just being like heavy feeling.
Oh, the end game of Frostpunk.
Frostpunk. I've heard it's a good game. Serge recommended it to me a bunch.
Yeah, I'm curious about the sequel.
Right. Is that out or is that coming
I think
out
it's
soon?
coming out. I'm curious, to Emily, what Pule translates to.
I love how you can identify the swear words in, like, you can hear somebody speaking a language you're completely unfamiliar with, but identify the swear words.
Because they're angry.
Yeah. Frostpunk 2 is out. Okay.
More of a city manager than a people thing. Because yeah, the first one, it more like it gives you the moral dilemmas. It's like, are you going to enslave children or not?
Yeah, and
And
Serge
then
was,
you
yeah.
get deeply
Serge,
punished for any decision you make.
immediately, like, when Serge was describing the game to me, he was like, yeah, the first thing it asks you is, do you put the children to work in the mines? And I'm like, oh, that's fucking awful.
And-
What happens? And he's like, there's no downside to putting kids to work in the mines.
Yeah,
Perfect.
he likes numbers.
Yeah.
It is very abstracted.
It's theorized to be the origin of fuck. Huh.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much more of this I could.
I mean, I think we would need to be deeply invested, like snowmobilers, to really get into it. And it's fun. It's just like got quite a steep learning curve, right? Especially considering that there's no like
Yeah.
tutorial.
But I'm not getting like a headache like that recent game
Oh,
from the depths.
yeah, From the Depths, which like, man, there must be people doing wild things with From the Depths, but it is absolutely not for me, right? Like I looked at that game for like an hour and felt a deep well of anxiety at the things it was presenting me with. Um, oh yeah. Drug addiction is in Disco Elysium, in that you are addicted to drugs and that you can barely function without them.
But it does, because of the skills like electrochemistry and stuff, make it clear that you're making a choice that will kill you.
Yeah, I still want to play that game just as like an electrochemistry tank.
Just chug-a-lugging,
Yeah,
smoking up a storm.
yeah. The only reason you pause smoking is to do speed.
Or there's the other drug, the Paradol or something.
Yeah, the hallucinogen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I feel that we've played around with this for a reasonable like exploration of what the game has to offer, and it does that very well, right? Like in that this feels like any time that I have been invited out by people with an expertise in something, and they're like, yeah, no, you just give it a shot, and then 5 seconds later they're like, oh, we have decided that you should stop giving it a shot and that you should get off of that thing and come back here.
Maybe try Mario Kart or something. Wait, who are these people? One of these is Wheeler.
Yeah, that's James. Or
Adam.
Adam.
Oh my god. I don't know. Would Adam just randomly shoot someone for fun? I don't know.
No, not in real life.
Doesn't have a gun.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Adam is very good at like being like, no, it's a video game. It's not real. And like, I can't even fault Adam's jar analogy in that, like, you're playing Stellaris and you encounter the alien species that is trapped inside a time bubble
Yep.
that is failing. And you're like, oh no, we must rescue these aliens. And as it turns out, someone put them in the time bubble for an extremely good reason. Like, yeah. It's if someone is in the jar, if you encounter someone in a jar, then either someone probably put them in the jar for a reason. BioShock Little Sisters? You mean like the juice boxes?
Yeah.
Just like,
The Capri Suns of
yeah, Capri Suns.
BioShock. I'm not sure. Like, morality in BioShock.
It's just like the most hilariously arbitrary.
Yeah.
Like, do you murder the child or do you save the child?
Do you throw rocks at the minority?
Like, it's just so bad. It's so bad. I mean, like the clip of us playing Detroit, where it's like I stand by the statement.
Oh, for sure.
Honestly, like the game is not about. The game is taking American chattel slavery and hollowing it out and wearing it as a suit, right? In order to tell a story about robots.
Yeah.
Right? It's very bad and stupid.
And I was thinking about that because, again, the game makes me upset because they spend a lot of money and time saying nothing, and it is primarily like an intersectional thing, and the argument that people make about it being entirely about race would mean that white woman and cop are equivalent to the black player character because of they're both robots. They're all robots.
But it's using the analogy of American chattel slavery. Instead of using, like, wouldn't it be... It's not commenting on slavery. It's commenting on robots,
Yep.
right? It's using the aesthetics of slavery.
Of real life
Yeah, like atrocities.
stuff
Yeah.
to be like, hey, player,
Wouldn't it be fucked up if we treated robots like this?
you know, if you're against this, then you're one of the good guys. If you use the slogans that from this, that famous speech,
Yeah. Oh, God.
that famous speech, you can say those words out of context.
Yeah, man. Ugh. Anyway, snowmobiles are fun and good.
Anyways, I was thinking about the stuff in the context of Megalopolis because of I was talking to Wheeler about it, and his theory is that it's not a good movie, it's a great movie, and it's just one of those things where people get to an age, or they're like either they're adolescents or like really old, and they start thinking that they're the first person who has had an idea.
Yeah.
And that's the justification for spending so much time and energy saying nothing,
Okay.
because they think they're saying something. They're not aware that
That this has all like been
it's just
explored.
really heavily
Yeah.
tread, and it's like,
Yeah, it's like when
Well-
you're 14 and trying to talk about free will,
right,
right?
exactly. So you're 14 and talking about racism.
Like, why am I the first person to have these thoughts? Well, you're not.
It's like
Right.
maybe this was the only way to appeal to the audience and bring attention. It's just nothing in the game is like, hey, you should look up this information outside of the game. Maybe visit your local library to learn
Yeah.
more about the history of the Underground Railroad.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. It's
No.
just a soundbite.
Hey there, Canada. Stop being smug. You got your own things related to slavery. That's the thing that came up while I was talking to Shivam on Casual Magic, because he was looking at a map of Alberta and ran across Lesser Slave Lake. And he was like, ooh, about it. And I'm like, it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
It is weird, though,
Yeah.
that we've got like Greater Slave Lake, which is named after a derogatory term that the Cree used to refer to the Dene.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Oops.
this predates
Yeah.
stuff, but it's different.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing about how many of the terms that were adopted turned out to be slurs that the Cree used for neighboring First Nations people or indigenous groups.
And we're running with them today. It's like, what do we call this place? Well, the locals call it
Yeah.
free people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can just, these people suck and they're weak. Anyways, that's my,
Yeah.
the chain of thoughts and thinkings that I've been having. Because of podcasts.
Yep. It's a good time. Snowmobiles are fun and good. And you die trivially easily when you're using one.
Which is a lesson for real life.
Yeah.
Be careful when you're snowmobile.
Yeah. All those broken branches on like the bottom 10 feet of a lodgepole pine.
Yeah.
Right at jugular height.
Some of them are very pointy, too.
Yep. Mountain Dew on your top. How were they?
Yeah, how did that like, were they Doritos tacos?
Oh, man. I want terrible, terrible, terrible. I want like taco time. I want Taco
like
Bell.
a Taco Supreme or the what do they call it? It's the tater tots. Mexi fries.
Yeah.
Mexi fries Supreme.
You can't even call it Mexican food because it's not really either of those things. But man, it's
I want a
good.
Crunch Wrap.
Maybe I'm just going to go and buy 10 soft tacos from a horrible fast food place and watch the new Andor.
Lettuce and bean and cheese.
Yeah, well,
and
those things go together.
soft, moist taco. Like
Yeah.
they're always slightly damp.
But like, just like that soft taco that's full of like beans. It hits something deep inside the mammalian psyche to like bite into something and have it be full of warm goo that also crunches a bit. Right? That must be like tapping into something from when we were like mice and we'd just like found a big fat beetle to chew.
But like you're hitting the carbs first, and so like the enzymes in your saliva are like, let's start breaking down these starches into sugars.
Why is this making me hungry?
Taco.
New Andor tonight. Last Andor tonight. I have a theory that they're going to make a Bix spinoff.
Oh. Hmm.
Oh, Skylar Ringtail, my whole like cozy games are fascist was really just like a flashbang I was going to throw into Twitter before closing my account.
Yeah.
It is a very facile surface level analysis based on the aesthetic of pastoral idealism in cozy games as something that also turns up in fascist art, which is meant to be unchallenging.
Yes.
Right?
It's supposed to make you feel like that warm nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's the-
harken back to better days when
Yeah.
real men were men.
Yeah, and like you tilled the land, right? And then you're playing Stardew Valley and I'm like, God, this grind sucks.
What do you mean my only value is in my production? Oh, sure, we're helping the community.
There was a post on Blue Sky that just said like, there has never been a thought that more reliably presaged disaster than how hard can farming be? Really, though.
Well, do you know how an Archimedes screw works?
A what? That sounds woke.
You're gonna need it. Oh, what's the other thing? The hammer pump.
Oh,
Sometimes you'll need a hammer pump. What's with these E. coli? Oh God. Oh, post holers. Oh, I don't want to do fencing.
no, fencing sucks. No more fencing. No more fencing.
Stop making me
no
think
more
about fencing.
No more fencing, please. Don't touch the wire. Don't touch the wire. But you
do-
got
I
to
do
grab the
touch- I
wire.
love
You
touching
have
the
to touch the wire. Got five hot wires for bears. And that's the fun part. Man.
Archimedes screw is woke.
Yeah, you've used a post holder to dig more than I'd care to in your life already. Yeah, by putting up 10 feet of fucking fence.
Yeah, and then you get the slammers to drive the posts.
Yeah,
Just
no,
like,
it sucks.
pick up the
It
heavy
sucks.
thing,
It
drop the
sucks.
heavy thing, pick up the heavy thing, drop the heavy thing, and it makes the worst noise.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you've got to like nail 7-foot deer fence to it.
And it's not like it really stops the deer.
Yeah, no, they just have to like look at it and like,
Boing!
yeah.
And yet, the road. Why do they?
They could clearly jump over
they're
the
so
road.
freaking agile. They can jump a fence. They can't jump a car. Come on.
Also, all that fence, all that work, does nothing to Big Kitty. Abs does jack shit to stop Big Kitty.
Have you seen Big Kitty?
There's been a Big Kitty around.
Oh.
You don't want Big Kitty.
Yeah, just thinking back to one of my cousins visited the Taylor Zoo and they had a lynx that had been declawed, but it still it hit him in the face.
It's like,
Just the biggest mitts. Wham!
well, a lynx isn't even that big, right?
No, they just have big hands.
They're
Yeah.
the tiniest of big kitties.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about carcerols and those ears, the
Oh,
tippy,
yeah,
and they
or
got the little
caracals?
Caracals, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is a mountain lion.
Yeah, our local pumas.
Yep. Yeah, getting the crap slapped out of you by a lynx would be a hell of a way to go. Like you show up to the hospital with that injury and the doctor is like, "What did you do? Like, how did you?
It's
What
like I
did you?
stuck my face in the enclosure.
What did you say to that lynx? What did you say to that poor lynx?"
Your speaker says lynxes scream like children too. Just
Who's
like you
children?
take them to the store and they just lay in the aisle
aisle.
like ah!
They want Fruit Loops.
They want Fruit Loops.
They want to go home. It's time for Bluey. Oh, man.
Their friends get to have Fruit Loops.
They had Fruit Loops when they went over to Trevor's house. Yeah, no, I've heard both of them brownie points. Mm-hmm. They are trying to get you to come out of the house.
If you're cold, they're cold.
If you're cold, that helps your texture just a little bit, which they really appreciate.
yeah.
You know, it firms up the flesh.
You freeze real fast, and so when they bury you, then you'll age nicely for the
Yep.
spring thaw.
We should all be constantly
We should,
remembering
but-
Annihilation.
yeah.
It's such a good book.
You're welcome, brownie points.
Now I'm thinking
Now
about
I'm thinking about
Annihilation.
it. And now I'm thinking about that movie. Ugh.
I loved how the you know how Annihilation does that amazing job of making you get so comfortable with not understanding what's going on.
Yeah.
And like the main character is just like, yeah, I'm a scientist and I don't know what's happening.
But it's
And
like
maybe
things are
somebody
weird, and I'm
else-
trying to investigate and trying to get a handle on it. But it's like there's this
it's eluding
constant,
me.
like the corporation basically is like
Yeah.
actively opposing me. Like I'm
Yeah,
I'm being
concealing
with
information.
is being withheld that I could use.
Yeah, and then the movie immediately tells you what happened. Like the first shot in the movie is a meteor hitting the lighthouse.
They
And you're
don't
just like-
even use the hypnotically, psychically embedded phrase. Annihilation. The name of the book is in the book in a significant way.
Right. It's not just a clever name. Oh, and book 4 is great. Book 4 is like the back half of book 4
Yeah.
with Lowry.
I wanna. Ooh, they brought it. Lowry.
Yeah.
Mr. Mousewasher?
Yeah. Yeah, the back half of the book is Lowry just being like, fuck, 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 fuck.
He's been fucked since book 2. Like,
Yeah, no, it's like it's a prequel.
Oh,
Right?
oh yeah.
And it's just Lowry being like, I have to get everyone out of here. I have to get everyone out of here. Okay, that's an unrealistic goal. I have to get me and a couple of other people out of here. Nope, also unrealistic.
Flash forward to him living in the attic. Yeah.
Yep. With a substance abuse problem. Right.
The bear from Annihilation haunts your dreams, but what about the turtle with a human's face? That's not going to haunt your dreams because you didn't read the book.
The film didn't even have the crawler, man. Didn't have the crawler.
Didn't have the lighthouse keeper.
What was that movie?
It's like, oh, you have cancer, and there's like a mimic of you that
Oh, it's a
It
movie
can read
about
your
how you have
mind.
to come to terms with grief, and like it's very like just absolutely it's thesis
women's
on its sleeve
issues.
about like how no, you must accept the death of people who are close to you. This is a profound idea, and it's the first time
What
that we've
about
ever
my
examined this
self-death? What about
in
ego
film.
loss?
Nobody has ever made the film Solaris before, which is just a
Now I'm
far
thinking about
superior movie.
Solaris.
Like, just go and read Annihilation. I guarantee you,
Can you
will
imagine a
pick up that book.
Tarkovsky Annihilation?
I am imagining a Tarkovsky Annihilation right now, and it would have been so good. But like, you can just go down to your local bookshop and pick up Annihilation, and you'll sit down with it, open the book, and then the sun will have gone down and the book will be over. It might be 3 hours later. It might be 6 hours later. But that is the experience of reading Annihilation.
Yeah, and then at the end you're like, huh. And then it's like, well, maybe I should check out the next book.
Yeah.
Then this is different, but the same.
I think I might go and do that. But first I'm going to pick up a bag full of soft tacos.
Bag of soft tacos, existential crises, you know.
Yeah, go to your library, pick up Annihilation.
Actually, I checked. Our library does have the fourth book, so
Oh, good, good, good.
I might maybe
And
they'll still be open when I get home.
If you like that, my favorite Jeff Vandermeer book is not Annihilation, but rather Dead Astronauts.
Still haven't read that one.
It's so good.
I think I got like
so good.
20 pages into Salamander and Hummingbird.
Yeah, Salamander Hummingbird I think might be his weakest. Dead Astronauts is him just being like, no, I'm writing an experimental novel right now. It's going to be weird. And it is so weird and so good. But the problem is that it's a sequel to Born. And I'm not sure Born is also an extremely weird novel. But it's a much more like...
Straightforward. Straight ahead
yeah,
fiction.
Straight ahead fiction. Right, like Born is like a straight across the plate science fiction novel, and then you hit Dead Astronauts, and it's like reading a Tarkovsky film.
Hey chat, are there any games that are kind of like a Tarkovsky film that we haven't touched in Talking Sim? Do you know anything? We've got our scheduling meetings on Saturday, so we gotta come up with the next month of games.
Oh, Expedition 33. We should play that.
Forever Winter, maybe? Okay.
Hmm.
Forever Winter. Oh, The Invincible. Okay, I have a copy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, let's add the Invincible
Sure.
to our list. What's a Tarkovsky film like? Uh,
Uh,
there,
Sad, lonely,
there's kind of like just a melancholy that pervades them.
of people like being lost inside huge inscrutable systems that are themselves lost inside huge inscrutable systems.
Uh, Flyboy Zeb, yeah, we finished Indica in the one run.
Yep. Yeah, we did like what, 4 hours,
Did
four
you
and a
do
half.
Stalker? Yes. Stalker, Solaris, Nostalgia. Is the new Pathologic out? I've been I've been getting that itch for Pathologic, and I'm like, maybe I should start with the first one and do them all, and then I can I can appreciate the storyline for the new one.
Yeah, Tarkovsky made Solaris in what, 79? Was it 79? I think it's 79. Uh, and then Steven Soderbergh made his own adaptation, he said, of the novel Solaris in, it's from 72.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
was thinking like 71.
Yeah, it had to have been earlier than that. I don't know why I said 79. Made his own adaptation of what he claims is the novel in like 2003. And it is so clearly a response to the Tarkovsky film in how desperate it is to not be the Tarkovsky film. It's like the Diet Pepsi of
Yeah.
Solaris.
Nettie, I've played Pathologic too. This would be a completeness driven investigation that would take the rest of my life. Tarkovsky.
Okay, the Soderbergh Solaris did have one of my favorite moments in film ever, which is finding Dr. Snow on the space station by following the sound of ICP, and then like knocking on his office door, and it's just, what's his name? It's the actor who played in Saving Private Ryan, the radio operator, the translator, Upham. The actor who played Upham in Saving Private Ryan just opens the door, and there's Insane Clown Posse pounding from his office. It's playing Riddlebox, which is about going to hell.
Have we played Prey? No, we haven't played Prey. That's the one with the
With a
Shape-shifting.
Yeah, shape-shifting. Yeah. Prey reboot.
Gekyoryu. For Pathologic, the games have different viewpoint characters, which affects kind of your skills and abilities, and then also like what kind of interactions you can have with the other characters.
Yeah, because you like unlock the Bachelor and
I think 3's the Bachelor's arc,
okay.
basically. Yeah. We'll have to wait until for South of Midnight and Expedition 33. We'll wait till the other streams are done.
Oh right, yeah, because Expedition 33 is on Rhythm Cafe right now, which I love. I love when they like play those third person action RPGs as rhythm games. Great lens to use to interpret those games.
Chant of Sonar. I don't know if we can get far enough into it for it to hit interesting puzzles in one stream.
See, the problem is, as streamers, we love narrative games, but they're very difficult for someone to join in on, like 3 episodes in.
Did we play To the Moon on stream? I've played to the moon at home. We haven't done Tunic. There was a Play It Forward for that.
Oh, thank you, Julia Vaughn. Our list of games played.
Assuming it's been kept up. I don't look at it usually.
We have very diligent viewers.
We played Keep Driving. No. Okay. So you've given us a lot to think about, chat. Thank you for that. How about we wrap this up?
Yeah, sure. It's fun. It's just not for me. Right? Like,
Same.
I find the controls extremely challenging, but I think if you were familiar with like sledding, you would probably be like, no, this is. It feels like a simulation that was very meticulously created by people who are familiar with this activity.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Everything we do here is supported on our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun.com store. Ignore all that. The Patreon's real.
Yeah, the Patreon exists.
Yeah, it's because of you that we can do the do.
Yeah.
We've got lights. We've got a studio.
We have microphone.
Controller. We just got a whole bunch of new controllers because we were out of controllers at the office.
Yeah, these ones are nice. It's weighty.
They're weighty.
I need to get myself a Duke for home.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it just feels...
You just put it on your wall?
You just...
Get your mitts around it?
It's like a fight stick. It's just this enormous object, and you're like...
I do have a fight stick at home, yeah. All right.
I have no idea. Right? It like the Duke is just this... It's the original Xbox controller.
20th anniversary Duke. Ooh.
Big gaming, exactly. Okay.
We'll see you all later.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.